GM Crypto News now here. It is February 9th, and before I get into this video, please read a disclaimer on that I am not shilling any of these tokens, and I'm just going to shorten it from here on out because I think it was just too much word spam. But I'll just get on with the analysis here first off. So let's look at Bitcoin, the majors price action really quick. So Bitcoin, this is insane, by the way. So it's pretty much closed daily in the last 4 days at 96k. It's barely not even moved. I mean, we've had a bit of like up and down and shit, but basically staying middle here, and still we're a little uncertain about where it's going to go in the short term. It could honestly do that based off what we're seeing in the chart, but if you also look at the liquidation heat map, I don't know if that will happen. If you look at a lot of liquidity, it's stacked up here, and it actually wanted to range even higher in this middle range. So we're not really expecting anything, but in any case, there could be some news that comes out. Maybe Trump does some news, which sends it either way, wherever the fuck happens. But I don't really know where it's going to go in the short term, honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest. I mean, the fact is that there's a lot more liquidity stacked on the support level instead of like up here. So we could actually see it break upwards into like 99k or something. And then altcoins as a result are going to bounce. Like already a lot of altcoins are bouncing, especially like Solana memes and base memes. Okay. I mean, they're not really super bouncing, but they're kind of green on the day because Bitcoin is, I guess, is going up a little bit. But right now, I'm not really super sure on where it's going to go. But I can tell you guys in the midterm for at least the rest of the February. So if you look at the market structure of Bitcoin, so Bitcoin is, it looks like it's in a distribution. And also, it could try to fill this inefficiency down here in the low 90s. Like, that is not out of the question at all. Honestly, what I think is a case for this is that Bitcoin actually sweeps the lows, like low 90s, 80s range. And I don't think that will happen. Like, it could happen in the next few days, next or so, but honestly, I don't know if it will happen like that early. I think that before March happens, though, it could honestly get down there and sweep the lows, which will completely destroy altcoins again. So I just wanted to give you guys that warning there. But in any case, we could actually see it maybe go up to 100k or something, and everyone gets super bullish on Bitcoin again, and then they think it's gonna go to the fucking moon. But in any case, most likely, just in the sake of this market structure, it's most likely going to sweep this low down here once again, because after this liquidation event down here, it's most likely going to fill that wick. And it also reflects on like even Ethereum. On Ethereum, it's already in the pits. It could go lower though, but right now, even the majors like Bitcoin, it's a little uncertain, but it's definitely the strongest one. But we could expect to see that price action maybe mid late February. It could happen even shorter, but I think for now that since sentiment wise everyone is so bearish under alt still and with Bitcoin, then for it to sweep down the lows this shortly, I don't know if that'll happen. I think once everyone's super bullish again at 100k, then yeah, sure. So if I were to recommend you guys, so altcoin wise, you could probably TP a bit on if we get 100k and everything is green on the day, and try to expect that sweep of lows. But after that sweep of lows, it should try to retest this range high again afterwards, and you could see a rally to like 120 or some shit, but it's gonna be super fucking awesome. Okay, at least in the next few weeks or so, like after the next few weeks after February, it'll be even nice. But right now, we're still bearish a little bit for it to sweep the lows here. But in any case, let's talk about the meme coins and the price action of alts. So we usually talk about Solana and Base, which are the main alts to focus on. But if we look at virtuals, AI still looks pretty bad. A lot of AI tokens aren't really moving that much. Today is actually moving a bit. I'm not really sure why. I got to read up more on this, but if you zoom out, it's still pretty much just chilling down there. And Solana AI, on the other hand, also pretty much nothing burger. Okay, ASXZ is trending a little bit upwards, but it could just be a corrective impulse. But in any case, not really looking too hot. Base memes, on the other hand, not really anything crazy as well. KeyCat just chilling down here. Pretty much very, very low volatility last few days. But if we look at Solana meme coins, though, Solana meme coins are actually bouncing a bit more than base memes. So PopCap, ever since gained its listing, is actually starting to break out. So Solana is actually very, very interesting. There's some runners coming about with this coin here, where the African Republic made their own fucking meme coin, which I think is absolutely insane. But there's also other things with the token of jail stool here, which should be going to zero, honestly. after this whole event, because I think the top is into this, where he's super shilling it everywhere. Everyone is trying to buy into this. There's some stupid shit going about this, but there's some daily runners going on Solana, which actually is very bullish for Solana memes, because it shows that risk on sentiment is being returned to the markets. So we could see more runners into the future. So it's actually getting a bit more rewarding potentially to be in the trenches, and then you can find like one of these low cap shitters at around 10K or something, and then you ride it like 400 million and become like super fucking OD rich. There's a strategy involved with that, and the fact is that risk on sentiment is coming back in Solana meme coins, which is going to be quite good. And also, if we look at Solana as an alt, it's really strong. Like, wow, I don't know if this is going to rally past even all-time highs here. It's honestly most likely going to range and consolidate in this zone, actually. So I don't think it's going to go to the fucking moon from here. But if you compare it to Ethereum, though, Ethereum is just shitting the bed, not really helping base memes, while Solana is just going to the moon. I mean, not necessarily going to the moon, but very strong, even stronger than fucking Bitcoin. So this is really interesting to see Solana, which is why we're seeing a lot of positive price action on the Solana memes. And overall, it looks quite good. But in any case, for what I'll recommend you guys do with the altcoins right here. So, of course, you either just sideline for now and just wait to see what happens. Maybe, like, if you wanted a super way for you to deploy capital, like super LSI, just buy all of the dips, you would want to wait until like late 80s, early 90s on Bitcoin, and then everything is going to go on a fire sale once a fucking again. I mean, even still, meme coins are at a pretty nice fire sale at this time, but there is that possibility for it to sweep the lows there, at least Bitcoin wise, because a lack of bullish catalyst for it in the short term, at least in terms of a macroeconomic standpoint, where it's going to be pumped by liquidity, which hasn't been installed yet. But there could also be some bearish news, but there could also be bullish news with Donald Trump, but I'm going to talk about that a bit later. But in any case, Solana meme coins still are very good listings for the cat memes. So I think cat memes are definitely the best on Solana. And then on base, well, not the best because Ethereum is shitting the bed, and an AI on their hand should be bought to mean. So if anything, it's just DCA times. There's not really that exciting to do, but you could do like the super trenching and BullX or scam in the meme scope or whatnot. And I will send a link in the description if you're interested in that, about a BullX referral link if you want to try it. But essentially, you can go into the meme scope or the BullX pump vision, and you could try to spot the super early runners like the car early on pump fund. And if you get in super early, you can make 1,000x's. Personally, I need to get back into that game a bit too, now that we're seeing that the risk on sentiment is returning. So that's going to be quite interesting to play, but that is a very good trenching narrative. But in any case, let's talk about the Cook It Up on dashboard here. Market cap wise, pretty much in the pits, not really to talk about here. But let's talk about the tweet. He became a massive shitcoiner. Are you not entertained? I'm thinking of, yeah. So this guy's launched his coin and is up 4 million on this. And this is honestly like a super top signal, by the way. But in any case, Jail Stool here, there was this coin made by this guy named Dave Portno, and it essentially ran up like fucking insane amounts if I can find his coin. But essentially, everyone is buying this because he's a bit of a celebrity, and it just has an insane narrative here. So absolutely insane. Like, if I were to look at this on the short term, I would be looking for a short if it taps this trend line at 193 million, and then it pretty much goes down to zero. That's personally what I'm trying to look at for this. But in any case, this looks quite interesting on this, where it's most likely going to die after the whole Super Bowl, because he also has a narrative about the Super Bowl right now. So yeah. So let's look at the next tweet here. TSD and BNB chain got listed on Binance 3 days after creation, while base team memes have been eating dirt for over a year now, practically begging for Coinbase listing. Unreal, don't go against the community. So yeah, so CZ, one of the Binance co-founders, made a whole ass tweet about TST and why it got listed. And one of the interesting things he said, I'm not going to read the whole thing, is that he said, don't go against the community. Like, he's super hoarder of memes, and we're trying to just see, yeah, base should probably take some notes on this, where instead of launching these stupid ass fucking coins like VVV, like Doshi is like, okay, they're actually a community, but like virtuals, it should have been listed on base while it was super fucking hot, and now it's at pits. Like, what are they doing, man? Like, people, they're expecting the base to do a little bit better, and honestly, with the base meme coins and also with the AI listings, the fact that they're not really listing the community wanting coins is a bit bearish for base. I'm still bullish on base though. because the fact of it is the AI chain and the base memes, well, they're more attractive to retail since they have more leverage as a centralized exchange for the US, which is most liquidity is. So I'm still bullish on it, but the fact that they haven't really been delivering on listing what the community wants is a little weird. But in any case, let's look at the next tweet. It's Sunday. Markets are chopping. Trump's crypto czar announced crypto has a bright future in the U.S. The SEC's enforcement team has been retired. The president has committed to creating a framework for crypto to be recognized, and the timeline is still bearish. Some thoughts. AI is bottoming. Most coins down 70%. Max Payne thinks most have been oversold at this point. They're still at the whim of macro. If Bitcoin breaks below 90K, then we're probably going lower, but in my opinion, we've seen the worst. I kind of love the market crash. Don't get me wrong. And fuck. Okay, this was the most brutal correction in a while, but it's forced team to build something of actual value. Otherwise, you get painfully moved. Flight to quality is good for the industry. 95% of current AI agents will make it. This is a good thing. Tried AI is innovating like crazy. Just this week, I've seen a model that can just create any app you prompt it into in seconds. O3 Mini create 3D renderings plus write and maintain engineer level code. Deep research agent write of PhD level report from scratch in 3 minutes. Oh yeah, an open source AI managed to recreate deep research already for free. I just don't see how crypto AI dies out while all this innovation is happening so quickly. Price not seen 1 month ago. Market seem impatient. We wrote on the dopamine hits of BTC 55K to 108K in one long candle, plus mini all season. Now we've run out of news. The irony is, if the sitting president had even just acknowledged crypto in a positive light, it would have sent prices skyrocketing. I think the market resets over the next month or so. Well, I mentioned this because crypto AI, regardless of fundamental progress, likely won't catch a margin bid unless Bitcoin makes a big move. However, that does mean now's the time to start paying attention. Period of max fear are typically where amazing investments are made. Yeah, so I completely agree with what you're saying here, where right now the AI market, it's pretty much at a bear market, but that's very good because for people who didn't have the opportunity to buy them before because they're too high, you can buy them at these insane prices, and then you can front run once the AI narrative come back, which it's most likely will be because Donald Trump, he wants to promote crypto and AI. And AI is definitely going to be one of the most used things in the world, at least in the next few couple years or so. And the fact that the teams are still building during these times, it's insane, bro. So AI, I'm super bullish on that sector as well. Let's look at this next tweet. Justin, President Trump announced 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum tomorrow. Look at this funny thing, Ethereum made of aluminum. Yeah, so when that tweet came out, Bitcoin's price obviously went down. And it's because people don't like the tariffs because they weaken the dollar, which people don't like for some reason. But in any case, people, they're just hating this trade war about tariffs, and Trump keeps going back and forth on his tariff laws. Most likely he's going to enact them, and I think at a point the market's going to price in that anyways. So at least short term, the effects of the tariff listings are probably going to get weaker and weaker, and we could have some more upside for bullish news. But in any case, let's look at the next tweet. Got off X, went to the gym, came back and checks notes. An entire country in Africa launched the Memecoins Solana. Yeah, so this guy, Fastrin Archange Duedecha, today we're launching CAR, an experiment designed to show how something as simple as a meme can unite people, support national development, and put the Central African Republic on the world stage in a unique way. Oh my god, bro. This is the CAR. Oh my gosh, bro. I cannot believe. Okay, I was looking at it over here and I was like, maybe I'll buy it, but at 500 million, dude, that's actually insane, dude. So I don't know if there's like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of supply centralized, but this is obviously quite insane to see that now we have a countries launching their own meme coins. Maybe this could list a whole new narrative about country coins. Like imagine if the US made a whole fucking meme coin. Okay, actually there is already a meme coin for the USA. I wonder how that's doing, but maybe that could help with the narrative. Okay, it's only green a little bit, but that's quite interesting to see, right? But let's look at the next tweet. AION is predicting the Chiefs win at 74%. So AION is this AI agent that essentially does some sports betting analysis, and this guy's basically saying the Chiefs are going to win with a 74% confidence score based on polymarket data. So let's look at AION. So I don't have this, but it looks extremely interesting how, like, if he actually delivers on this and actually is right with the Chiefs winning, that's actually extremely bullish on AION. But chart wise doesn't look the best, but if it actually is true, then this deserves to be much higher. But let's look at the next tweet. New Central African Republic president appears to launch on the launch of his meme coin. Yeah, so apparently there's a video about him talking about the meme coin.
Et annoncé le lancement du Memecoin officiel de la République centrafricaine.
I guess he's kind of French, but in any case, this is quite an interesting thing where, again, now that we're seeing a risk-on sentiment again with Solana meme coins, this could be good for Solana, and you could try to play these new runners, which are most likely going to happen in the next few days because of this. But in any case, this is quite a fun times in Solana. So in any case, I would recommend you guys to look at for memes, at least for now. So Solana is actually getting a bit more heat because of these meme coins. So you could try to play these trend narratives. Obviously, you don't gamble away all your money, but you could do a bit of money with your portfolio to try to catch these runners. But I think it's definitely worth a shot, essentially, since now that these coins are actually going fucking insane numbers, despite Solana being only at $200. So it's going to be quite good. And in any case, base memes are also a good place to look based out of Solana AI. But I would say, at least in the short term, immediate sector, Solana seems to be taking the spotlight. So I would say to focus on that, and essentially how it is the strongest major right now currently. And in any case, what I was saying yesterday or earlier, that Bitcoin could see some sort of sweep downwards. I don't think it's going to happen in the next few days, but perhaps late February. So I would say to prepare for that. We can honestly see a touch of the range highs of like 100K before we see that dump again, or sentiment is just oscillating back and forth, and people are like, oh my gosh, we're so back. And then when that happens, then it dumps down to 90K and everyone goes to depression mode. We could see that liquidity reset before sending it all the way fucking higher. So I would say to expect that. And if we do get 100K, then you should stable up some money in case that happens. I mean, in the case of it rallying past here, we have to see some insane bullish catalysts like TJ spend down and maybe some Bitcoin strategic reserve news, whatever the fuck, which would actually send it. But the probability of that happening at this point is pretty low, like, because Donald Trump would have already said something about that by now. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say in this video, and I'll see you guys.